this song. Just what you guys want to see is me dance in the morning, right? Okay, I'm done. Billy Joel, gotta love some old school Billy Joel, right? I literally love oldies, and they're considered oldies to me because they're, you know, I was a baby. But I do love some old school Billy Joel. Oh, what a day. It is Thursday. I'm having one of those mornings where I didn't want to get up and go to work. Didn't I have that yesterday? I'm seeing a pattern here. Anybody else feel that? But I'm up and taking care of business because that's what needs to happen. I'm on time today, which is a good thing. I don't like to be late. I really don't. And I usually wake up with all intentions of not being late. And then, like, I don't know what happens. But then shit happens and I end up being late. But I'm not late. I'm on time today. So that's a good thing. Today good morning, Roland. I see you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jose. So I was thinking about something this morning, based on something my daughter asked me. And I kind of want your guys' opinion, you know, lies versus avoidance versus honesty. Generally speaking, I think honesty is always the best policy, but I think when it comes to like little kids, like fantasy and like Santa Claus, if there's any kids watching this, you guys need to like take them away right now, just so you know. Like when it comes, good morning, Erica. When it comes to being honest with my kids, I'm almost always honest. My daughter probably knows a lot more than most 8-year-olds, because morning Ty, because I'm honest when she asks me questions about stuff. I mean, she started asking me questions like when she was like 3 years old about boobs. You know, like she's just very inquisitive and she wants to know stuff. So I've always had a policy of just being honest. Like answer the question, get done, and move on. And I think it makes things less like taboo and ooh and ah, whatever, if I'm just like honest about it, like it's no big deal. She's asked me, you know, we've talked about periods, we've talked about, you know, boys have penises, girls have vaginas, like the whole thing, and we just kind of made it like it was no big deal. Just honest about it, tell her, yeah, that's what it's called, and that's what boys have, and you're a girl, so this is what you have, like whatever. But there's some things I feel like honesty isn't always the best policy. Like she asked me if Santa was real. And I don't know about you, but I think that kids should have that wonder. Kids should have that imagination and that belief and hope and things like that. And I don't feel like I should be the one to stop that. So what I said was, what do you think? And she told me, well, I think he is, but I don't think the guy at the mall is the real Santa. And I was like, I totally agree with that. So she has like her own belief on who Santa is and who is not Santa and stuff like that. And I think it's kind of cool that she can create that own belief without me having to like crush her hopes and dreams. Same thing with the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny. Like I let her believe what she wants to believe. And then on things that need to be honest, I think that I'm honest. You know, like my 8-year-old knows that babies come out of your hoo-ha. Like she knows when she gets bigger, she's gonna get a period. She knows that, you know, everybody's bodies look different. Like I'm just really honest with her. Good morning, Casanova. About things like that. So I don't know, what is your guys' opinions on, like, where do you draw the line with being honest, completely lying, or just kind of avoiding the topic? I guess my philosophy is like an honest avoidance, where I don't necessarily answer the question, but I more ask her what she believes. I remember a coworker of mine telling me a story about her son who was 8, and he went to school, And the teacher was doing an activity with the kids about the belief in Santa Claus and how it's not real and how long did they believe in it. And this one little boy still believed in Santa. And nobody had like just flat out told him, you know what I mean? See, I can't even bring myself to say it. Nobody had just flat out told him. So he went home crushed and like really like devastated because of that his teacher told him that, you know, and he was really upset about it. And his mom, I think, handled it the best way possible, saying that he's allowed to have his own beliefs and that even if other people don't believe the same as him, that that's okay. So I thought that was a really great way to handle it. Growing up for me, my mom always told me, like, you don't believe, you don't get the goods. Like, that's just how it goes. You got to believe in the dream, right? You don't believe in Santa. Santa doesn't bring you presents. You don't believe in the Easter Bunny. He doesn't hide eggs for you. You know, you don't believe in the Tooth Fairy. She doesn't leave money when you lose your teeth. Like, that's just how it goes. So that's kind of how I grew up. There was never a time when there were a time when I like started figuring stuff out, but to this day, like, I'm 32 years old, y'all, and my mom will still to this day say, if you don't believe, Santa's not coming. So, which basically means, you know, if I don't believe, then mom's not gonna give me a stocking. That's basically what that means. Even though I don't even live there anymore. But I thought that's it. I love that concept, keeping kids' hopes and dreams alive and letting them believe and have a little bit of mystery and a little bit of magic. Like a little bit longer. Like, why do we have to crush that so early? I feel like that's not cool. So I don't know. I want some of your guys' opinions. Anybody? What do you guys think about the whole being honest, avoiding, or lying to kids? Believe in the dream. Yeah, Ty, that's what I think. I feel like when we squish kids' hopes or dreams or beliefs in Santa Claus and things like that too early, I feel like they lose a lot of like their own, I don't know how to put this. Like, I feel like too many people become adults too quick. Like, kids are not being kids long enough. Like, we're giving them too much responsibility and too much like, oh no, don't do that. You need to grow up. You need to act right. You need to do this. You need to do that. When, like, let an 8-year-old like believe in Santa and play with Barbies, and like, why do they have to be so adult so early? Do you guys, you know what I mean? And I wish that a lot more adults had a little bit more hope, a little bit more wonder, a little bit more imagination. I feel like we might be like nicer people and less like grumpy. Sorry, I'm reading a comment. Yeah, Erica, I agree with you. I think let them have that belief as long as they want to have it. Like, I don't think we should be the one. Well, see, the young star, that's different. If the kid is like, no, this is what I believe, then that's fine. Like, I'm not saying to tell the kid they have to believe something different. But what I mean is like if they still believe, let them believe. Like, we don't have to squish that for them, right? Like, if they still believe in Santa, let them believe in Santa. I don't care if they're 16 years old. Like, if you had asked me when I was 16, I would have told you, oh, no. In my house, you believe or you don't get nothing. Like, so I believe. Please believe. But, like, my daughter also, my oldest, she had some interesting, like, beliefs. And I dig it because I think it's kind of cool. It was like she didn't believe, like, when we would go to a parade or, like, an event and, like, you see Mickey Mouse or you see Santa Claus or you see any of the characters, she always told me that's not the real them. That's just a person in a costume, right? But when we went to Disneyland, those were the real characters. That's the real Mickey Mouse. And like, it was really cool because she totally thought that, she believed that, oh, there's like a crazy person dancing on the side of the road, y'all. She believed that, you know, like, you know, when you go to Disneyland, sometimes you don't see all the characters. Well, she believed that the characters that were there were like on vacation from their job of filming the TV shows and the movies. And that the reason we got to see them was because they were on vacation and they come to visit us. And I was like, that is the cutest idea ever. And I loved it. so that, yeah, I just think, sorry guys, this homeless person is like screaming and being an interesting person on the side of the road. I'm like, whoa, don't look, no direct eye contact. I hope that whatever's going on, I hope he gets some help. Anyways, sidetracked. Yeah, it's interesting what kids do know. Casanova, I glanced at your comment. Yeah, it's hard to think about, and I think if a kid's having issues like that, then you definitely need to get them some help. And if you're not the one to provide that, then maybe they should see a counselor or something. You know, I don't know the extent of what you need, but yeah, my daughter has always had like interesting thoughts of what things were, and I never told her, you're wrong, that's not the truth, this is real, you know. But like, for example, when she was little, I would say like 5 or 6, and even still, like, I think she might still believe a little bit. She asked me where babies come from, which, you know, coming from a 5-year-old, you're like, what? Why are you even thinking about that? But I asked her, well, what do you think? I always like to know what they think. And she told me that now this is based off of, we had seen like a Pixar short film. So you might have seen it when I explain it. I'm sure if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. She believed that the clouds in the sky were the makers of babies, and they would make a baby, whatever it was, whether it's an alligator or a baby human or a baby dog, like whatever. They made them, and then they gave them to the storks, and the storks delivered them. But when they came to our house, the baby was too small, she would say, too small. So we had to take the baby to the doctor, and the doctor would put it in my belly, and then the baby would grow, and when the baby was ready, then we would go back to the doctor, and the doctor would take the baby out. And I asked her, how does the baby get out? And your belly button, that's why it's there, Mom, right? Like, and that was what she thought, where babies came from. And I told her that was the most awesome belief ever, and that I loved that she thought that, and that I agreed with her, you know? And like, why not? Give her a little, like, how cool to think that like storks are real and they really deliver the babies. Like, that is an awesome, I love that. Like, that, it made me smile when she said it. And I thought it was so cute. And I'm not going to be like, no, you're wrong, to a 5-year-old. That's so, like, I think that's messed up. So I told her that was beautiful, and that she was a sweetheart, and that I loved that she believed that, and that she should keep on, you know, like, keep on keeping on. And it's changed a little bit as she's gotten bigger. Like, I don't think she might still think the clouds. We haven't talked about it. It's not like something I bring up with her. If she asks about it, then we talk about it. But I think she probably still thinks the cloud thing, but she does know how babies come out. I accidentally told her about that. When I was pregnant with her sister, I had an app that like would tell you, like, you know, oh, your baby's the size of a pineapple or whatever. And there was little videos accompanying with it, and you could watch them. And so one day we were watching one of them, and I didn't realize like how explicit these videos are. Like, it didn't say, you know, warning, you know, PG-17 or something. So we're watching this video, and then bam, there's like a baby coming out of this lady, and you saw it all. And so did my 7-year-old. She was 7 at the time. And I remember her face just kind of like, and she kind of stiffened up next to me, and I was like, oh crap. But I didn't want to hide it and be like, oh my God, don't watch, because I didn't want her to think that there's anything wrong with it, because there's not, you know. So, and I didn't want her to get a weird vibe about it. So I was like, what's up, babe? Are you okay? And she was like, Mom, is that where babies come out? And I was like, yeah. And her face, and she said, is that where I came out? And I said, yeah. She goes, Mom, that's weird. And I said, you know what? It is kind of weird, huh? I said, but that's how it works. She kind of sat and thought about that for a minute. And then she said, is it the same with puppies? I said, yep, the same with puppies. And she was like, oh, okay. So then it like wasn't so weird because other things did it, like not just people, you know what I mean? So, but I didn't feel like in that sense, I needed to be honest with her because I didn't want her to get weirded out, because I feel like so many people are not honest with their kids about sexuality and about your body parts and stuff. So then people are like weird about it. You know what I mean? Like I have always been like completely comfortable talking about periods, sex, penis, vagina. Like I don't care. It doesn't bother me one bit. Doesn't make me uncomfortable. Like I don't care. Whatever. But I feel like some people get super weirded out by that kind of stuff. And the reason I'm not weirded out by it is because my mom was super open about that kind of stuff with me. Like, I wasn't freaked out when I got my period because I had already talked about it with my mom. Like, I already knew what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't weirded out about where babies come from because, like, I talked to my mom about it. So I don't know. That's kind of like where I'm going with this whole concept is like, what do you guys think? Let's get some like actual light, not freaking. Hi, friends. Good morning, Kathleen. Sorry, I just saw this. So yeah, what do you guys think about like totally being honest with kids about, you know, Santa Claus, about where babies come from, about, you know, stuff like that? Or do you guys think that, you know, just kind of ambiguous, like what are your thoughts? What do you guys think? I'm going to go back through a couple of the comments that I missed. But yeah, I do think too, it depends on the maturity of the child. Well, yeah, Casanova, but I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about kids. Like, what do you think about the honesty with kids stuff? Good morning, Sarah. Hi. It's Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. Oh, my day's off already. But yeah, Sarah, have your kids like ever asked you about that kind of stuff? Kathleen, I agree with you. Santa until later. Yeah, I think honesty, generally speaking, with topics that can be taboo, like, you know, sexuality or where babies come from. I think that honesty is always the best policy with that kind of stuff. But definitely with Santa, my best response is always, what do you think? And then see what they say. Good morning, Courtney. I gotta be honest to an extent. Yeah, I agree with that. With kids. With adults, I'm honest. Sometimes to a fault. I think that a lot of people label me as a bitch because I'm honest with people. Like, I will always be honest. If you ask me, is this sweater cute? I usually have to ask my friends, how honest do you want me to be? Like, you know, because sometimes people can't really handle the complete truth. And even sometimes for me, like, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Sometimes myself handling the truth is hard. But like my best friend, for example, she lives all the way in Virginia, but we are completely and utterly honest with each other at all times, because I don't know. I just feel like if I'm being a royal cunt, like, she'll tell me. She's like, fool, cut it out. You're being such a bitch. And I'm like, oh, sorry, my bad. Like, it's been a rough day or whatever. Because it's usually when somebody's being funk, like, it's not you. They're just in their own funk, right? Boys think that babies come out of tummies. Sarah, oh my God, that's so funny. We actually, in that same video thing that I was talking about earlier, my daughter got to see a C-section too, and she thought that was even weirder. So that was interesting. She was like, okay, babies come out of vaginas. That's normal. Cutting open your stomach, that's weird. So I thought that was kind of cool. Courtney, definitely. That's a good friend. I think that a good friend, yeah, they should stand by you to an extent, but I think a good friend should also tell you when you're wrong. Or when you're, you know, when you're acting up or dressing funky or whatever. Let's see. Erica says, open communication is great, and we as adults should use our imaginations and make it fun with our children. Definitely. People tend to forget and worry about too much adult stuff. That is so right. So, in thinking about that, I'm not going to lie. I've been a little bit lazy these last couple weeks. I'm going to try and set this down because my fingers are annoying me. So I have been a little bit lazy the last couple weeks. I'm not going to lie. Stuck my kids in front of the TV, gave them an iPad, like, dealing with my own shit. And instead of dealing with my own child. I was like avoiding it, you know, like, okay, kids, you go be busy here and mom's going to do this. And that's not a cool way. That's not cool. And so finally I had to check myself, and I noticed it because my daughter started acting up a little bit, and I feel like kids act up when they really need some more attention. And so I made a rule in our house that when we get home from school and work, like, there's no TV, no electronics, no iPads, no video games, nothing. Like, we're gonna do something. We're gonna play a game. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna ride our bike. We're gonna do something. And I think that helps breed imagination in kids. And like, I was honest with her. I was like, no, like, we're not gonna just sit and veg out and do absolutely nothing. We're gonna go use our brains and like do something fun. And I told her until she needs to quit acting like a little pill too. Honesty, best policy. I forgot where I was going. I lose my brain of thought. I can't even speak, guys. But yeah, I feel like sometimes we make our kids be too adult too quick. So honesty in some things I think is totally for sure, like, must be. But honesty in other things like Santa Claus and stuff like that, like, let's not be so honest. Let's have a little imagination. My nose is running, guys, and I feel like I might sneeze. But yeah, so I took out TV because I feel like that squishes imagination. That just gives you other people's imagination. When I want my kids to have their own and use it more. I can't see the sun. It's so bright. But yeah, who was it? Courtney. Oh yeah, Courtney, how you said that's a good friend. I think that honesty with friends is awesome. Like, I am not that friend that will stand by you even when you're wrong. Nope. I'll tell you that you're wrong. Because I think that's how a true friend should be. Like, I would hope that my true friends would be like, no, fool, you're wrong. Like, that's not okay. Stop acting that way or whatever. Because I think that true friends make you a better person. They don't just stand by you even in your bullshit. No. And I think that's why me and my husband get along so well, because even when sometimes he doesn't like it, sorry babe, I love you. Like, I call him out on his shit, and he usually gets mad at me right then, but then he like realizes. And same thing with me. He'll be like, no. And I love that. I think the best relationships are the honest ones. And I don't just mean like honest when it feels okay. I mean like honest when it you know, kind of hurts a little bit. And I think that as a whole, humans tend to be a bit too sensitive. Like, get over your shit, man. Like, there are, like, okay, I'm gonna try to not get in trouble with things I say, but I think that sometimes, like, you need to tell a girl, no, honey, your shorts are too short, your freaking coo is hanging out, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, where's your best friend that isn't telling you that you look like a complete prostitute? Like, honesty, I'm down for some honesty with adults. Like, please tell me if you can, like, see my thong through my freaking leggings, because that is not cool with me. Like, please tell me if my fucking nipples popping out of my bra. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, honesty. Please tell me if I have a boogie hanging out my nose or, like, spinach in my teeth. Like, be honest. Don't try and spare my feelings, because I would rather get embarrassed and be like, oh crap, and pick the shit out my teeth than sit with it all day. Courtney, I'm reading your comment. My best friend Lucretia and myself are always 100 with each other and have the strongest relationship, right? The strongest friendship, definitely. I feel like the more honest you are, the stronger your relationship, because you trust that person. Like, I have people who I have been friends with for years, but I don't trust them. Like, it's like we've been friends out of, like, just time. Like, you've known somebody so long, but do you completely trust them? Not necessarily. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I think I found that some of those people I just hang out with less, because I'm like, I don't really, Like if I'm having a really hard time with something, I don't feel like I could actually talk to you and grow from it. Like I just feel like I would talk to you and you'd tell me what I need to hear to feel better, and that's not what I need. Yeah, the clothes they make now don't help. Definitely Casanova. Like they make like heeled boots for my 8-year-old. No, my 8-year-old's not wearing freaking high heels. No, and I'm honest with her too. Nope, ain't happening, sister. Sorry. So yeah, that's the topic today. When you feel like it's okay to lie, when do you feel like it's okay to kind of be ambiguous and move about avoiding the honest answer, and when do you feel like you have to just be honest? Let's hear it. So yeah, Ty, definitely sometimes you can't trust family because that's just how it goes, I guess. My family is always honest, and that's probably where I get it from. My mom and I, sometimes people are like, that's so rude that you told your mom that. Like that, she would tell me if my butt looked funky in those pants. Like, my mom would tell me. She's honest with me. And I tell her, Ma, whoa, what's going on with your hair today? Like, did you do it? Hello. And I love her. And I say it out of, like, because I don't want her to go around looking like a fool. Or somebody else to, like, judge her. You know what I mean? So I'm honest with my parents. With my brother, I'm honest. And again, sometimes people don't like that. Yeah, Erica, totally. I think it makes you a better person when somebody calls you on your shit. Like, I'm not going to let you live in some fantasy world. I'm sorry, guys. Like, reality is a lot better. Definitely, Lynn. Sometimes the truth does hurt, but that makes you grow, right? It makes you grow into a better person. So, yeah, that's where I think, like, sometimes I think I draw the line a little bit with my children, because sometimes, like, I'm not going to tell my daughter that her clothes don't match. She's 8. Let her kind of, learn from and create her own little fashion sense and do what she wants to do. I'm not going to tell her, whoa, your pants and leggings, like, do not go, girlfriend, you look funky. Because she's 8. Like, I want her to create her own style and have her own uniqueness. But, like, if my best friend came out and was like, dude, what do you think of my outfit? And if I really, truly thought it was funky, I would tell her. But if I loved it, I'd tell her that, too. Oh, Sarah, thanks. Yeah, she still does nails, by the way. And, yeah, she is totally honest when it comes like, oh, we're not doing that to your nails, girl. That'll look funky. Yeah, my mom's honest. And I love that about her. Exactly. Let her be a kid. Yeah. I think it's so cute. Sometimes I think some of the fashion things, like, only kids can get away with. Do you know what I mean? Where you see a kid and you're like, she has teddy bears on her whole entire outfit and it's so cute. But, like, if an adult wore that, no, not gonna happen. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts. But anyways, guys, keep the comments coming. I want to hear some more. What do you guys think? Honesty, avoidance, or straight up lies when it comes to adults, when it comes to kids, and what topics? Like, be specific. I want to know what you guys think. So I love you guys. I got to jam. I got to go to work. You know the deal. But again, if you guys have any topics that you want to, like, just chat about, let me know. Drop them in the comments. Send me a direct message. And, tomorrow's a new day. So we have a new conversation. I love you guys. Thanks for chatting with me. Bye.